Dar Robert Malone, care este virusolog și care este cel care a patentat și inventat tehnica mRNA în anii 1987-1989, e foarte îngrijorat de riscul amplificării dependenței de anticorpi provocat de vaccinare. Iată ce spune.
We've seen a progression of increasingly desperate and abrupt rollouts of information, beginning with Pfizer's alert a couple weeks ago that they think we were going to need to have a booster after 6 months, and Fauci reprimanding them, and then the government flip-flopping and saying that we were going to have boosters for Pfizer recipients after 6 months in elderly and immunocompromised. And then the bomb dropped last night. This is the vaccinologist's worst nightmare. It happened with the respiratory syncytial virus and in the 60s and caused more child deaths in vaccine recipients than unvaccinated. It happened with Dengvaxia, the dengue vaccine. And it's happened with virtually every other coronavirus vaccine development program, certainly in humans, known in history. And it's what the vaccinologists like myself have been warning about since the outset, is the risk of antibody-dependent enhancement. We now know that the Pfizer protection is waning at 6 months. And what the data seem to suggest is those who've received Pfizer, which is probably the least immunogenic of the three in terms of durability, length of protection, people that are now in the waning phase of the immune response to the Pfizer vaccine seem to be getting infected. Notice they keep talking about Pfizer and not about the other two. So this suggests this is exactly what you would anticipate is the window of greatest susceptibility to antibody-dependent enhancement is in this long tapering phase as the vaccine response declines. And I think Dr. Fauci is being very disingenuous. I'm accused of being now an anti-vaxxer and promoting disinformation, but to my eyes, the government is obfuscating what's happening here. And I don't mean to sound alarmist, but what seems to be rolling out is the worst case scenario, where the vaccine in the waning phase is causing virus to replicate more efficiently than it would otherwise, which is what we call antibody-dependent enhancement. That's what the word is. And people have been warning about this since the outset of this rushed vaccine campaign. If the data are consistent with ADE, we have to stop the vaccine campaign. We have to pivot to expediting as much as possible drug treatments, which have been largely blocked and suppressed at the FDA level, particularly for repurposed drugs. And I think that they are all in on the logic that we need universal vaccination to open up the economy. We don't. They think that vaccines are the pathway to getting to herd immunity. They're not. This is now, you can't deny it. It's in your face. And they think the vaccines are perfectly safe. And not only they're not perfectly safe, if this is true, that NBC reports, and the titers are higher in vaccinated than unvaccinated, that means we got the worst case type of adverse event that scares vaccinologists, all vaccinologists, which is antibody-dependent enhancement. The vaccine makes the disease worse.